All right, so moving on to our penultimate guest, second last guest of the show. Can I get a oh no? 1, 2, 3. Oh no. You guys are good. You guys are great. I love it. So here is the intro to our wonderful next guest. So, she is a legendary Estonian founder, you ready, you're Ed? Who doesn't celebrate her wins, she dances them. Today, she's a CEO and co-founder of Jobatical, a digital visa and relocation platform she's going to tell us all about in a minute. But most importantly, she's bringing her dog on stage. Give it up for the one and only Karoli Hindriks! Hey, hello! Well done! How are you? Hello. Come in.
Hello. Let's go.
Hey, how are you doing?
Let's see.
The chairs for the dog, so you know you can stand. Yes! Well done, Jored. We're back in sync. The champagne's moved out of my system. Sorry, you missed the champagne, but would he or she like some? What's your pup's name?
I think I'm the champagne person here.
What's his or her name?
His name is Adi.
Adi. We should get Adi his own chair. Adi, welcome to the show, my friend.
But sorry, we don't have treats. We only have champagne.
He's used to shows. He's a big celebrity.
So I wanted to kick things off with a really interesting conversation because we'll get into Jobatical in a moment, but we've had so much conversation on this stage about traveling as a nomad, traveling as an employee, employing people that travel, vice versa, any angle you want to take it. What's your issue with passports?
Oh, I have a big issue with passports.
Tell us.
The passport doesn't work. So basically, and I think the core, maybe just quickly also, what we are doing every day, my team across 43 cities, is to make moving to a new country as easy as booking a flight. And there is the obstacle of an outdated passport. So passports, why they don't work is that, so the current passport was created by a Western-centric organization after the First World War. It was created to, back then, it was a skilled, educated people came from the Western countries, so they were kind of, let's protect our countries so that others will not come in. But now, if you look how the world has changed, most of the Western countries, first of all, the labor shortage is killing us. Who is hiring? It's really hard, and at the same time, if you look, the passport system assumes that people coming from outside the Western countries, we shouldn't let in, and it should be super difficult, whereas the top 3 most educated, highly skilled and educated immigrants come from China, Philippines, and India. So it doesn't match. So what the labor, or like what us, the businesses, actually need is something completely different than the passport system today enables.
So you're obviously an expert on this one. Now, I'm curious because you mentioned the last sort of change when passports became integration and sort of standardized was post-World War I, was it?
Yeah, and think about what has happened with cars since then. Right?
Very good point. But also, when is push coming to shove? Like when do we start to see a global movement of a reshuffling of allowance of gates opening or gates tightening in some cases as well? Do we need another world war? Because I feel like we might be getting it, right?
Hopefully not. I think this, the kind of, right now, the labor shortage is kind of pushing the government to figure out a way to change the system. So how to let in the people that we have shortage of. So what I'm already seeing, since we're actually the digital nomad visa that we're, you
were part of creating, when you're not. You were actually in 2020, Karoli, you were actually instrumental to the creation of this, right?
Exactly. So
that's a round of applause, I think, right? That's fantastic. Which is now being adopted into 95 countries, I think, 59 countries around the world.
And when I first pitched it to the president, nobody even thought of this, right? So this was like something completely, but today this policy has been created and it enables movement for a workforce that is now recognized. You just saw that workforce on the stage.
We did.
So, but what was your question? I forgot your question now.
Well, about sort of, when will push come to shove, and when will this be sort of, exactly. When will the shift happen? Because I feel like everyone's waiting for the first mover, maybe?
Yeah. I think 10 years after it was necessary, that's when it normally happens.
But that's I think the thing. With the same digital nomad visa, my thesis was Estonia will do it, others will follow.
Just that was the
exactly that happened.
Faith.
Yeah. So basically, I think so for us, so we move people now to like 34 different countries. The more movement happens through our system, the more when we move people, it means that we literally know everything about that person, meaning that we know their skill set, we know where they worked, which means that this is much more valuable as a access to a country than where you were accidentally born. Because literally how the passport today works is that, when you were accidentally born in Afghanistan, then you're quite...
Accidentally born.
So you don't really, your opportunities are very limited. So I think what we are starting to see is that there is a curiosity of the shift to happen. I would assume actually that in the next 3 years, something will be shifting.
Predictions.
I'm not saying that maybe we will get within the next 3 years rid of the passport as a whole. I think there's like this legacy. Some people say that why should I want to get rid of my passport? It's so cute to look at the stamps. But I mean,
what would be in its replacement? Digital cards, digital identities, chips?
I think actually, if you think back the COVID pandemic time, I think the EU kind of this QR code was a very good test. It was in a way like a prototype of how...
So you're saying the government's planned COVID? Just kidding.
But I'm actually saying that this kind of information, and for example, the same way our system, if you have a QR code, you could see, okay, this is the person, you get all the information,
exactly.
You don't need that actual passport anymore. No. So I think there will be something along the lines that will be shifting towards digital.
On that narrative, I think, Karoli, which is actually an element of why people move to places and move away from places, is the invitingness of the nation. And I think you're onto something, because we didn't meet just today for the first time. We met a few days ago, and actually Karoli invited me to do something which is how she invites anyone into this nation to make them feel warm, welcome, or cold in this matter. Stens, let's take a look at our little meeting of the other day.
Cool. Good morning. Welcome to Tallinn, Estonia. Now, on our little quest to discover the city and feel its inner heartbeat, Chris and I are here on this beautiful, well, I don't want to spoil it just yet, and we're going to join a good friend of ours. She's going to be on the show today. Let's see if I can take my clothes off without destroying the mic. Here we go. Chris can hold that. So, something that Estonians like to do in the morning is, see if you can guess what I'm about to do. They like to get out into the
Nudity
wild.
Was promised. We will deliver.
Take their belts off. Where's this going? Where is he going? And get into their Speedos. That's right.
Always wear Speedos.
The only way to enjoy a country when it's minus something, most of the time, is to get into your Speedos and join Karoli. Good morning, Karoli.
Good morning. Are you ready?
So, fill me in. What's going on here?
So, take a dip.
Okay, cool. By the way, Speedos are always necessary. Every self-respecting man will own a pair of Speedos.
Very true.
So, what's the temperature today?
It's definitely summer weather for us.
Okay, fantastic.
So I think it's like 10.
It was too warm, let's be
9.
honest. I was trying to buy ice to make it colder, but we couldn't get ice. Oh, Matt, wait.
My hair!
Your hair.
My hair! Here we go.
Oh, Karoli's already in there.
Karoli, just in case you need a shower cap. Okay, hold on. You know, Karoli, the hair is the personality, right?
Oh yeah, that's better.
The hair's the moneymaker. The hair's the moneymaker. Hey, Yurid, play us a little tune, would you? In the background of that, please.
What's the temperature this morning?
Yeah? Yeah, no, thanks. We don't have a second shower cap, unfortunately.
So, Karoli, what's your greatest ambition in life?
To live.
I brought you my favorite pair of Speedos.
For Chris.
There you go, buddy.
Not happening.
What a perfect way to start the day. Chris, you ready?
Well done. Thank you, Karoli, for that. I was going to ask you your vision for the immigration system, but I think that might be it, right? ice bathing in the beautiful cold waters of the Baltic Ocean. But that is actually a narrative. I mean, you can't invite everyone to come and experience a country like you did to me. Thank you for that. And we weren't joking, Chris, earlier that him and I have really been welcomed by the nation, the people. We really feel the patriotism and the welcomeness. But the reality is cultures come into play, biases and all this type of thing. Do you see that the system to move towards is sort of we've spoken about universal income on this show as well, a universal passport? Is there sort of we are all of Earth? There is this sort of planetary passport that we can all get that allows us to move and groove wherever we like.
It's interesting that I remember when I learned that when you're working for the United Nations, then some of the employees actually get a passport that basically says that you are human. Like,
oh, really?
Or basically, that is universal. So,
cool.
Which kind of means that you are just part of this humanity. So I think kind of my mission or our mission where we're moving towards is to really enable that, like the frictionless movement, and also kind of take the bias out of the system, because the system is literally discriminating people every day.
And it's, I mean, the reality is biases aren't born with, right? Nelson Mandela beautifully said that many, three decades ago, right? So I'm curious sort of in terms of Jobbatical. So this is the business you've created to work in this space. What is Jobbatical and how can we all interact and integrate with it?
Yeah. So basically what we do, as I mentioned, moving to a new country as easy as booking a flight. And to be honest, if you think why we kind of connected to flights is that today you go to Skyscanner, click and you have a ticket. 15 years ago, you had to go fill papers, wait for a phone call. So it seemed impossible. Today it's possible. And what we do basically is that we use AI and automation to make this whole hideous employee visa process twice faster and significantly lower cost. So if you think about how a lawyer worked before, or immigration lawyer works, is that they have a lot of knowledge in their heads, and that's why immigration is so expensive. They make decisions about which visa do you need to go into this country.
$10,000 for an O1 in the US, just for the legal fees.
Exactly. Yeah. And what we do is that the lawyer is actually head of platform in each country. So they have to make sure that all the Lego blocks are set properly, and if there's any policy change, it is adapted then, and then the support behind the platform doesn't need to know anything about immigration.
Yeah.
So that's basically, and what today we work across 34 countries where we can relocate people to, and the world that we are building towards is, like I said, to take that friction of movement away. We even say like moving to a new country feel like fun. That
it should be exciting,
because usually it's scary. Has anybody moved to a new country?
Yes.
It's scary as hell usually. So you do like having fun is so far from that. But why you want to make it so good, the experience, that it feels like it's almost fun.
I love that. And I'm curious sort of, the future of the platform, the businesses you're working with, which specific countries are the best to go to right now? Is there a list, or are they all homogenizing and it's just these are the good ones, these are the tough ones? What are the most popular?
I think in that sense it all depends what you are what you're looking for,
okay.
Right? So if you go, I think we have seen also, and what is interesting, we're part of a lot of the policy discussions as well in different countries, is that some of the countries, so if you look at Germany, that has been rather slow and is very bureaucratic.
Come on.
Sorry, very sorry, but it is
always
true.
the Germans that get bashed.
No, but I was actually about to say something nice about Germans.
Please.
And I think last year we saw two countries, biggest countries in Europe, Germany and UK, doing completely the opposite. Germany basically opening doors, lowering thresholds of salary, and UK doing exactly the opposite, kind of making it even harder. So I think it all depends where you want to go. Where we see a lot of movement, for sure, definitely, we see Portugal, for example, which has been kind of an up-and-coming hub in Europe.
Yeah, Lisbon, place to be.
Spain has done an amazing job. We even worked together and advised regarding their digital nomad visa, and they have done an amazing job, both digital nomad visa, but also the skilled worker track. So I think what you're looking for. If you're looking for amazing weather, then Estonia, of course.
In May.
For like a week. the week that we're here. So
Yeah, Latitude, well timed. Yeah.
But the worst immigration is definitely US.
Okay.
Continuing.
Yeah, for sure. So listen, this is a you know, a touchy topic, right? And I think it hits a lot of people in different ways. You know, I'm a South African passport by birth, a British passport by just growing up in the UK, and now I'm close to a Norwegian one, right? So I think we all have our different experiences of immigration and how that discrimination can be given to certain people, and it's shocking, and that's where the biases come into play. So to move away from the tough and the difficult conversations, we were speaking with Tim yesterday, Tim Heath of YOLO Group, about how he is a CEO with a smile, right? And You Catch Me as that character. Mara-Lisa earlier was speaking about how she brings in poetry and just sort of appreciation and sharing the feeling that she feels for the person in the moment. And you have a nice little take on celebrating the wins, don't you? I think we can show you. Stens, should we give everyone an idea of what Karoli does every single... Nicola, sorry. No, Karoli. Here we go. This is what's happening here.
So I have this tradition that when a team gets a win, like a big win, then I do a happy dance somewhere. I have done a lot of happy dances in different places of the world. That time, my sales team actually, I told them that if you do reach a target, and the target was really aggressive, then I will do a happy dance on Times Square. They did 2.5 times target, so I included some...
Did you hire the people, or they were just there
Actually,
already?
they just flowed in. Like, honestly, this was all very spontaneous.
I love it.
But, and that's, I think, for founders, we tend to forget to celebrate, and that's such a big, important part of the team being able to carry on.
Milestone,
Yeah.
move on, move on.
Do you do the dance wherever you are, or did you fly specifically to New York?
I usually do where I am. So I did that, but I did that in Times Square in December. Now I did one top of Mount Hollywood in LA.
Okay.
I've been at Eiffel Tower. But now it's starting. They are starting to demand like.
Do you have like a YouTube channel just for the dances, or?
I should do, bro.
You should.
You should.
Like,
You would watch it?
Instagram.
Karoli, I think we're going to have to leave it there. Karoli, that was fantastic. I want to see you keep pushing the boundaries of what passports can be, should be. Who wants to see that happen? Yeah, they do. Give it up for Karoli Hindriks and her wonderful side kick. Here we go. After you, my friend. Did you enjoy the show? Thank you. Appreciate it.